Guys and girls, it's know it time!
Alright guys and girls, so today your lesson is actually on simplifying complex radicals. Complex radicals. See, well, yes, on your last lesson, I just did a review, which most of you got and found it too boring. So you must know I wasn't challenged yesterday. Today is the day where I make you cry. Simplifying complex radicals. Okay. Now, it sounds complex, but really it's not that hard. Guys and gals, it's Noah time. Your favorite time of the day. Here's how it works. I'm going to give you a quick review what we did last time. Review. Okay. I gave you an example of root, let's say 32. Oop, that's 36. Root 32. And I asked you to simplify that. Go ahead, take a minute, simplify that. Every one of you should be able to do it. Okay, and if you did it wrong, go back and try again, see where you went wrong. But Pavin, take a guess, what is it going to be? 4 root 2 is correct. Okay, I call this easy, because really a lot of you can look at it and say, bam, I can do it in my head. There's no tricks to this. Complex is really challenging because it's going to work with algebra. This is where algebra kicks in. Good luck. You can work with numbers, but can you work with algebra? If I ask you, what's the square root of a squared? A. Because A times A is simple. Okay? You some say, hey, Mr. That's so easy. This is easy. Let's do something cheesy. Because easy is just too boring. What if I give you A to the power of 4? I'm going to pause it right here. And say, hey, so the answer really is A squared, which is correct. Because A squared times A squared gives you A to the power of 4. No tricks. But I'm going to show you a method of doing this. You're going to need to know this method because it's going to get more complex. I'm going to show you method 1. Method 1. Because really, you can do this in your head. But method 1 is, I know that A squared breaks down into A. So would you agree that I can break this down into A squared times A squared? Same concept. Now, I can break this down so this will be A squared times A squared. Because when you can break down a square root into 2, just like that. And I do the square root of each one. That's the reason why it becomes A times A, which is A squared. Now some of you are going to ask, why do you have to do all that when I just do this in my head? It gets a lot more complex if you don't know this method. Try this one. I want you to practice method 1. I know you can do it in your head, but I want you to practice method 1. A to the power of 8. How many A squares are there? Think about it. And you can break it up separately. I'm going to pause it and let you try this on your. So guys, I asked random 2 students and they all say, Miss, that's 4 A squares. So let's break it down into 4 A squares right now. Okay. A squared times A squared times A squared times A squared. I can break this up into 4 different roots. So let's break it up into A squared times A squared times A squared times A squared. And all the answer really becomes A times A times A times A, which becomes A to the power of 4. And that's your answer. Again, some of you will argue and say, I could do this easily in my head without doing all that step. Here's the reason why you have to do this method. Good luck. You done easy, you done cheesy. Let's do something pleasy. Pleasy. Good luck. I want to see who can handle this level. No, not yet. Challenge questions coming up. this will be C to the power of, I'm just thinking in my head right now, 12 cube. Wow. 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 I'm going to pause it right here. So this is brand new stuff to you, so I'm going to give you a hint. You're so used to working with a squared, you haven't seen cubes yet. We know that the square root of a squared is a. What is the cube root of c cubed? Davia, take a guess. C. That's your hint. The cube root of c cubed is c. Because what number times itself 3 times gives you c cubed? You're going to use the same technique that I did with method 1. Okay? How many c cubes can fit into 12? I'm going to let you think about that on your own. Most common guess I heard is c4. So let's analyze this. We know the cube root, c3, is c. That's your basics. You go on and figure out what it is will give you a thing. Now, I'm going to break 12 up into how many c3s. Really, that breaks up into c3 cubed times c3 cubed times c3 cubed times c3 cubed. So this becomes c times c times c times c, which is indeed c4. Did you just divide by 12 by 3? The answer is yes, you can do that. But here's the reason where you can't do that. I'm going to give you another example. Good luck with this one. Show me who can handle this level. No, not yet. You're not ready for it yet. 3, C, 11. Oh, tricky, tricky. What's 11 divided by 3? Oh, Mr. No, you got me. Hands up. So, if I look at this question, a lot of you are going to be confused because say, Mr. No, what the heck is that number doing there? Now, if you want to work with this, let's break this up into 2 nice things. Remember, if it's being multiplied in here, I can separate this up into different cube roots. So I can go 8 cubed times C11 cubed. It only works if you're multiplying. See? I can break it up. The cube root of 8 is something very nice. Very, very nice. 2. So basically we know that becomes 2. Now, here comes the fun part. What about 11 and 3? How many C3s? We know that it has to be C3s. Can fit into C11. 3. So let's do this slowly. So let's rewrite this as, would you agree, I can do the C3 times C3 times C3. But if I do this, that's only 9. I'm missing, C2 cubed. Agreed? Because I can break into 3 of these, but it has to be C2 left in there. So now, I want you to simplify this, this, and this right now. Simplify these 3. So we know it's going to be 2 times C times... Oh, my pen's acting up. Times C times C times... Now, what about this? If you can't do it nicely, you leave it alone. I can't break it down. So I want you to take it all the way through. What does it work out all of? It comes in very nice and end. 2C3 C2 cubed. And that's your final answer. And it's all based on on breaking this down. When do you need to learn this? Two times. Summer school if you fail, and during my test. Good luck with this one. I want you to simplify. This is your supernova question for today. Simplify. Root. 32 C9 4. Good luck. Super no. Not a square. Squares are too easy these days. Guys, gals, if you were to simplify that, I'm going to pause it, give you a minute or 2 minutes. I'm going to walk around. Here's how it works. C4, a lot of times know root of 4. We never did that before. It's true you never did it, but it's the same concept. So to figure it out, you got to figure out, we know that, let's play it. It has to be C to the power of 4. We just got to figure this out right now. Because the fourth root of C4, would you agree to C? That's the basics behind everything. Whatever this root is, write on the side what it is that you want to build it with. Now, I can rewrite this as 2 separate square roots. I can break this down to make your life easier. Fourth root of 32. Oop, that should be a 4. Times the fourth root of C9. Agreed? Now, let's do this slowly. Yuvraj, what's the fourth root of 32? It's a very nice number. Oh, you never got it. Malika, what's the fourth root of 32? Very nice. 2. Because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This means what number times itself 4 times gives you 32? And the answer was 2.
It gives you 16.
Oh, whoa. 2, 4, 8. Oh, whoa. Sorry, boo. So, no. So, now, yeah, so it's 2.3. But really, would you agree? This is, you can write this as 16 times 2. Agree?
Yeah.
So, oh, well, there's a 4 here. Tricky, no, yeah. So, would you agree? The fourth root of 16, what's the fourth root of 16? 2. So, really, it's 2 root 2 for this part. Agreed? But now, oh, hang on. I think some of you got it correct. I made a boo-boo and thing. Yeah, there's a 4 here. So far, so good? I didn't do anything hard. I just know that so far. But now, let's look at this one. How many C4s can break into C9? 2. So let's rewrite this as 2. So C4. I made a boo-boo. Times C. Agree? 4. Okay, let's do this slowly. Would you agree this is now C? This is now C. So really, this is C squared C4. Okay. So now I have 2 things I got to multiply together. This part and this part. Let's merge them together now. So on the outside, it's going to be 2 times C squared. 2C squared. That's outside. What's on the inside? 2C on the inside. Oh, yeah, I realized that. So I'm going to give it to you in a second, Sammy. So Sammy got this correct. Oh, Risham got it correct. Oh, please, Harsh, please. Voila. It sounds complicated, but I'm going to give you another question to try. Again, like I said, all this takes practice. What about this one? Root. 48 y to the power 5. No tricks. Just root 48 power 5. Okay. Square root. So break this down right now into numbers and algebra, or numbers and letters. Root 48 and root y5. Guys, gals, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to let you slow. No, I'm not going to answer. I'm going to just do it nice and slow. So, Serena, how do you simplify root 48? What does it become? 4 root 3 is correct. Because root 48, remember, it goes back to yesterday's stuff. This comes 4 root 3. Here comes the fun part. To do this, we know that the square root of y squared is y. So now it becomes a mind game. How many y squares can you fit in there? That's all it is. 2. So I can rewrite this again, if you're lost, as y squared times y squared times y. Okay? Again, I'm keeping it simple. I don't want to rush it. I'm making your life easy. Go ahead, guys, and I'll simplify from here. This time this means y times root y. See, I can't simplify root y anymore. Now, merge those two together. Merge everything together, and it should come out very nice. Okay. Again, this becomes y squared root y. We're going to multiply these two together. One here and one here. Remember, outside with outside, inside with inside. So I'm going to write this down, star. When you multiply radicals, remember, outside with outside, inside with inside. And you kind of figure out what I mean by that. Okay. No tricks. A lot of students have trouble with radicals is because they can't see that y squared equals to y. If you can see that part, it's easy. But if you can't see it, it's going to be a bit challenging. So let's multiply these together. If you did this correct, would you agree that, Jessica, what's your answer? And then if you multiply these together? Oh, you didn't get that? Okay, let's do this right now. Outside with outside, so that's 4. So write down 4y squared. See, no tricks. Then I go square roots. Sammy, what's on the inside? 3y. Hey guys, gals, you're done. Didn't take that long. Just took a bit of understanding of what the concept of square roots and all that stuff. The reason why you need to know this, because in senior math, they work a lot with cube roots and fourth roots. This is your building blocks. You're getting to up to math 12 pre-calculus. I'm going to teach you how to add and subtract. Adding, subtracting, rationals. Again, this goes back to grade 10. I'm not going to teach you. I want to see who remembers this stuff from grade 10. Okay? Adding, subtracting, rationals. So I just want to see who remembers this stuff from grade 10. And let me wait until this part closes. Root 50 plus 3 root 2. That's it. I'm not going to show you how to do anything. I'm going to let you pause it and let you. So when I walked around, a lot of common answer I heard was, hey, so this is easy. Root 68, because this is what you did. I'm going to guess. You went root 50 plus, now, Crystal, if I were to work backwards, what would this be in the entire radical form? Root 18. That's what you guys did. And you say, hey, miss, no, that's easy. Root 68. Okay? Now, I don't know if this is correct or wrong, but hands up if you have root 68. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, gals, That's one guess. But I saw another person. Someone says, hey, Misso, root 68 is not the answer. Your real answer should be 8 root 2. 8 root 2? Oh, whoa, what do you have, Risha? Root, sorry? Root 900. I don't know it's right, seriously. We'll find out how it has to do. So, based on this, I know that a majority of you forgot how to add and subtract rationals. So I'm going to teach you how to add and subtract rationals right now. Adding and subtracting rationals. Adding, subtracting rationals. Subtracting rationals. Is a lot like adding subtracting fractions. It's a lot like it. If I were to compare adding, it would be best compared to fractions. Now, I'm going to give you a question. 1 over 3 plus 1 over 2. Oh, my pen is acting up on me. 1 over 2. If I were to add these two fractions, what would you get? 5 over 6? Anyone says 2 over 5? Oh, good. If I ask my grade 8, they all say, hey, Mister, that's 2 over 5. Guys, we're smarter than grade 8s now. This would be 5 over 6 because you need to have, you can't add together unless these are the same, agree? You have to have the LCD. Same concept with radicals. I can't add root 50 plus root 18 together because why? These are different. They don't have the same LCD. Ah, well, what do you mean by solve them? Using a calculator?
Yeah.
No, because they want this in your answer form.
Then just times your answer by itself. Then you prove that.
Oh, please. And then you go to summer school and retry again. Yeah. So guys, gals, I'm going to show you the right way of doing this. Root 50 plus 3 root 2. First of all, in order for you to add, the stuff inside this square root has to be the same. No exceptions. I'm going to write this down. Before you can add, okay, you can add the stuff inside your square root, whatever that stuff is, inside must be same. Yep, I'm going to pause it. The stuff inside the square root must be the same. There's no exceptions to this rule. I can't add 50 and 18 together because they're totally different. So let's look at this right now. Would you agree that root 50 can be simplified? Simplify root 50 right now. This is why I'm teaching you how to simplify. So simplify that and tell me what you get. Jason, what's the square root of 50 simplified? So let's rewrite this as 5 root 2 plus 3 root 2. Now, let's go back to my fractions before I go jump on. My LCD is 6, so a lot of you went 2 over 6 plus 3 over 6. And you did 5 over 6. And notice one thing, you never added the denominators. So guess what my final answer is going to be? 8 root 2. Just like fractions, you never add the inside, only the outside. So your answer is indeed 8 root 2. That's how you do it. That's why you need to simplify.
That's the same answer that I got.
In this form?
Well, once I did it.
Oh, but please. Write on a sheet of paper what answers you got and what you did to get that answer, and put in my blue suggestion box. Try this for me, please. negative root 27 plus 3 root 5 minus root 80 minus 2 root 12. And this will be your last question for lunch. After lunch, I'm just going to give you some questions to practice, and this ends for today. Guys and gals, I want you to how to attack. Before you even try to do this question, you should always simplify first. Once you simplify, everything will work out nicely. So I'm going to pause. To save a bit of time, I'm just going to simplify slowly for you to see. The first one, you should have negative 3 root 3. The next one is simplified already. Guys and gals, you don't have to work backwards. If it's simplified already, just leave it in mixed form. Okay? The next one, I hope you have 4 root 5. Finally, the last one's a bit more tricky. Eeny, money, mo, who didn't I pick on yet? Darren, you have the last one for me? 1 root 6 for your last one? No, not 1 root 6. What would this simplify into? Think what it is. Serena, what is it? Negative 4 root 3 is correct. See, the reason why is negative 4 root 3, if you're lost, I can rewrite this as 2 times root 12, agree? 2 times 2 root 3. That's why it's 4 root 3. Now, some of you say, hey, Miss Snow, they're different still. They're not all the same. You're right, they're all different. So guys and gals, only work with things that are similar together right now. Let's work with root 3's first. There's a negative 3 root 3. And we look at the signs in front of the number. Don't look at this plus sign. It's not attached to the 4 root 3. So negative 3 root 3 minus 4 root 3. And just write down your answer. I hope you did not say this. That's negative 7 root 6. Please don't do that. That's wrong. Harneet, what's wrong with this? I don't add this. Stays in just like fractions, remember. That's negative 7 root 3. Minus root 5. Guys and gals, you're done. Okay. Easy? Yeah, it's pretty easy. Your work for today, which I will give you all day after lunch, and I will give you back your test and give you a lot of things. Page. 278. Numero 2, C, and D. You should be able to do those now. You should be able to do number 4 now. Number 8. Number 9. Oh, sorry. Yeah, ooh, 8 is brutal. Wow. I'm going to tell you what questions you're going to omit later. For now, that's about it for now. Now, after lunch, there's going to be some questions you got to omit later. But for now, that ends the recording for today.